Hi everybody, it's me, Miss Jessica Lahore, and oh my goodness, we're back in the studio, and you'd think, based off of this look, we'll be talking about 4th of July. Well, no, honey. We're talking about rioting, we're talking about freedom, we're talking about what's going on in this country, we're talking about how fucked up the world is right now, in the US especially. And before we get into this messy-ass Jess talk for today, you know what to do. Don't miss out on any of my beloved content. You subscribe to the channel, you hit the bell, the ding 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 for notifications. Don't miss out on anything. And we're streaming on all platforms. You have no reason not to support this queer bitch. All right. Freedom, riot, anti-4th of July. Let's get into it.
Attention the whore, attention the whore, attention the whore, attention. Here I am walking down the street, seeing all the boys trying to take a peek. Shorts pulled up, a chest out right. Come on, boys, just take a bite. Look but don't touch, spin it round and round. Crazy.
So, this Jess Talk is not going to be a 4th of July, fireworks, apple pie, hot dog, real bad celebration moment. No, this year, if you are celebrating 4th of July in positivity of our country, you're fucked up, okay? That's just how it is. Now, the only minuscule excuse I can give you for celebrating the 4th of July would be for two things. One, for you to come together with other people to talk about the trauma, about what is happening in the country and how you can fight things together. And number two, it's because just a little sprinkle, there needs to be some amount of respect for the military and the people in the army that are fighting forcibly or willingly for this country, even with everything going on. So I have to give you props where it's due, just for that one little thing. Now let's get to the real Jess Talk, because this year has been chaos. I don't know where to start. I've been trying to figure out where to start, and I just want to say, with us being 7 months into the year, at this point, if you voted for this man in office and you are still supporting him, there is something neurologically wrong with your brain. It is wild to me, people finding the most uneducated and ignorant and minuscule excuses to support what is happening with this administration simply because you just believe in him and you have no idea what's actually going on. You believe the lies, which have been consistently proven incorrect in this administration, or you are sitting there and you are just blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, anti-Semitic, transphobic. The list goes on and on and on. We've said this for years. We said this during that's how pissed I am. That's how pissed I am. I'm so heated. I'm blowing the top off my head. We said this during the first administration. We said this during the election process leading up to this administration's inauguration, and we're still saying it. How a person who mocked somebody with physical restrictions and still got elected is beyond me.
You got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
How somebody with 34 felony accounts is elected into office is still beyond me. How anybody who was committed and charged with sexual assault is in office just baffles me.
Grab him by the pussy.
This person's history of being misogynistic and sexist towards women, this person's history of being racist and offensive to every group of people that exists, excluding the white, rich, straight man, it's just, how are we here? How are we at this point where every single day and each week, this administration and this president is climbing closer to an authoritarianship, a society, and being a dictator in this world for the U.S. How we're here and people are still thinking that he is going to follow through with his examples. No, he's going to continue to dismantle, destroy, to cause chaos, to cause distraction, to put emphasis on things that don't matter, to distract you as well, while he continues to climb and climb and climb. And we've seen it all year round. I want to say this right now, that if you're sitting there and you don't agree with this JESS talk, you don't agree with me, if you're sitting there and you believe that you can support this president and still support someone like me, you're incorrect. You are not able to do both. You are not a fan of mine. You are not somebody that should be associating with me. You're not somebody that has my best interests in mind or anybody around. It's baffling, the amount of people that come to me and say, hey, I know that we don't agree on Trump, but we want you to know that we still love you and support you. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay? There's no reason or excuse or explanation that you can try to convince me that you do. Now, if we want to talk about Republican morals or ethics and Democratic, that's fine. You can be Republican and we cannot link up in our ideas and we can agree to disagree. But when you're a MAGA Republican or just somebody that's MAGA, you're admitting to being the problem. You're admitting to being unsafe. You're admitting to being dangerous. You're admitting to being completely and blindly unaware of what this administration does to everybody in this country, not to mention how many folks preached and preached and preached his name and then are the ones on the news saying, oh, we believed him. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, even that psycho bitch made a statement about how the administration is not following through on the things that she was promised.
Tell you what, 6 months in, Steve, and here we are turning back on the campaign promises.
This administration has caused chaotic thing after thing to distract you from what's going on. They post a flagpole in the White House to distract you from the fact that they're going to bomb Iran. They eliminate men and women's sports, what gender can be in which, while they deploy military and ICE agents to rip people off the streets from their cars and from their homes. They changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Why? So that they can put this bill on the table and work on it for months and months and months and kind of undercover until now it's almost too late because it has gone through and has passed through the Republican Senate. The Republican Party has passed this big, ugly, disgusting bill. This year has been in pure chaos as we're watching an administration climb towards complete control. Every sign, every ounce of every sign has been very clear. The way that he's turned on Elon Musk, the way he claims power to anybody that questions him, the way that he sues the media for speaking out against him. None of this is the principles of what the U.S. stands on. None of this is what the Constitution stands on. And the thing is, people are so obsessed with money and power and being at the top that they're willing to risk whatever it takes to get there. The fact that we even put the question of birthright citizenship on the table and the fact that it actually got removed as like a principle of the Constitution of the U.S. is beyond me. We have a president now that can't be questioned by the Supreme Court and by other state courts and can pretty much, so that they don't stand in his way. We have an administration that promised to reduce the cost of goods within a day and end war within a day. And it's months later and everything has skyrocketed. Everything's worse. When are you going to get it? When are people going to get it? That this man is an evolution, a new aged form of Hitler. When we look at the mistreatment of people in this country prior to this administration, and now we look at the mistreatment of brown and black people, in this country, when we look at the mistreatment of trans people in this country, the mistreatment of women in this country, even when the spike of COVID happened, the mistreatment of Asian and Pacific Ocean Islander individuals. This is just another group for Trump to separate out and to target, and he's literally copying what they did in terms of concentration camps. The fact that we're spending more money on border security and ICE agents, not immigration policies that are beneficial to America, that are within law and order. We're talking about people that are being ripped from their families, that are citizens being removed from the country, that are being deported to countries they're not even from, that are not getting due process. The backwardsness, the hypocrisy of this country is sickening to my stomach. You know, if I can be completely honest, I feel like as a Jessica Lahore production team, we've always teetered on what politics really stand for and what they mean to us as a team, and then how we're approaching it with viewers. And I think all of us, especially this year, have completely thrown out all of the ideas and all of the, weird boundaries or concerns out the window, because having the platform that I do, drag being always on a soapbox to start a riot and conversation to stand up for what's right, this is the bare minimum of something that I can do, in hopes that maybe one of my followers, fans, people that respect what I have to say, can literally listen to what I'm saying, take it to heart, do some research, and see for themselves what is happening to this country. If you're somebody that's watching this and you're like, well, none of this applies to me, I don't care, you're part of the problem. Right now, it doesn't matter about followers. It doesn't matter about, likes. It doesn't matter about comments. Right now, it matters about putting the right information out, hopefully inspiring other people to not be afraid and to stay inside, but to be louder, to be more vocal, to be out of their house protesting, to show up and speak at your state's capital, to reach out to your representatives and tell them how opposed you are to any changes that are happening within your communities and across the country in larger communities. I feel like people are starting to feel a little hopeless. And so on this 4th of July, while some of you are trying to celebrate, know that there are now over 17 million Americans that are waking up on the 4th of July without food stamps, without health insurance, that may be at this new alligator Alcatraz moment, that are being taken from their families, that are being discriminated against, that are being murdered. The amount of danger right now in the US is ridiculous and scary, and it can't be the thing that stops folks from coming together. I always use this comparison for what is happening in the administration to what happens in a bug's life. Once the ants realize that there's more of them, and once the ants realize that they're stronger together, and that they stay together and they plan together and they work together, no matter if you're young or old or any background, you are fighting with other people side by side for a better future. Fear can't keep you away from that goal. As much as times seem really scary and impossible right now, we're stronger in numbers. We're stronger together. If I can leave you with anything, fuck Donald Trump, free Palestine, trans rights are humans' rights, Black lives matter, Black trans lives matter, vote, vote, vote. Don't stop showing up. We're going to get through this together.
I'm inattentional whore. Can't help it, bitch. I'm inattentional whore.